In October 1994, three young student filmmakers, Heather Donahue, Joshua Leonard, and Michael Williams, vanished without a trace in the dense woods near Burkittsville, Maryland. They had ventured into the forest to shoot a documentary about the local legend of the Blair Witch. A year later, their abandoned footage was discovered, revealing a harrowing chronicle of their final days. What began as an ambitious student project quickly transformed into a descent into fear, confusion, and the unknown. Heather, the driven director of the project, started the journey from the comfort of her home.
This is my home.
The essentials she had packed for the expedition. Her voice filled with a mix of excitement and determination. She displayed a pile of books, highlighting how to stay alive in the woods as a practical necessity.
You never know what's gonna happen.
She added with a nervous laugh. Another crucial text contained an article about the gruesome events at Coffin Rock, a site central to the Blair Witch lore. Heather also showed her field notebook, a tool she intended to use for meticulous documentation. The crew assembled early that morning. Josh arrived at Heather's house, looking tired but prepared. He had secured the CP, likely referring to crucial camera equipment, and assured the group that no one else knew he possessed it.
No one knows I have it, but I got it.
Heather teased him about his punctuality as they circled each other with cameras, testing angles and joking about not damaging the equipment before the trip even began. Inside the house, Josh rested his head on the table, still groggy, and asked about Mikey's whereabouts. Heather left to pick up Mike from his home.
I guess you're Mike?
Yeah, that's me. Great to finally meet you.
She exclaimed as Josh playfully began to drive away, leaving Mike on the doorstep. Heather quickly stopped him. In the car, Mike expressed genuine excitement. "I'm doing good, and I'm very excited about this. Thank you for the opportunity." Heather thanked him for gathering the equipment. The trio was now complete, three friends bonded by ambition, armed with 16mm film cameras, high-8 video cameras, and a determination to capture something extraordinary. Their first stop was a grocery store to stock up on supplies. They loaded the cart with practical items: rice, mustard, fudge, oatmeal raisin power bars, and a bag of marshmallows that particularly delighted Heather. "Oh, soft," she cooed, zooming in with her camera. Josh jokingly called her a weasel as they laughed and bantered. The mood was light, filled with the easy camaraderie of young filmmakers on the cusp of what they hoped would be a memorable adventure. After shopping, they visited a small diner in town. Mike pointed out a Halloween ghost decoration, prompting playful boo sounds from Josh and Heather. Inside, Heather interviewed a young waitress.
Have you ever heard of the Blair Witch?
I think my sister went there. Blair High School.
Heather pressed for more details while Josh set up a camera on a nearby table to capture the interaction. The crew emphasized the importance of staying on schedule, with Heather stressing, "We are relatively tightly scheduled, so try to keep us moving." From the diner, they headed to the cemetery in Burkittsville, formerly known as Blair. Heather described the town on camera, a small, quiet Maryland community where no more than 20 families had laid roots over 200 years.
This is a small, peaceful community where fewer than 20 families have lived for over 200 years.
The cemetery held an unusually high number of children's graves, many from the 1940s, though locals claimed no unusual events from that era. Yet legends suggested otherwise, with evidence etched in stone. The crew filmed various headstones, capturing the somber atmosphere. Josh proposed a ceremonial first slate for their opening shot. Heather applied lipstick to mark it, and Mike playfully bit the clapper. Laughter echoed as they completed their first official scene, though a handful of ruined 16mm film became their quirky souvenir. Buoyed by their successful start, the group continued gathering interviews in Burkittsville. At a general store, a man recounted the old story of Mr. Parr, a hermit who lived on the mountain.
Winter of 1940, that's when the children started disappearing. By the time they went up there, they found 7 bodies in his house.
7.
It destroyed this town.
He described how, in the winter of 1940, children began disappearing. Eventually, authorities discovered 7 bodies in Parr's home, a discovery that devastated the community.
That was Mr. Parr. He lived up on the mountain, kept to himself mostly. Winter of 1940, that's when the children started disappearing. By the
A
time
woman with a baby shared similar tales.
People around here don't like to talk about it much, but it's always been there. 2 hunters went out near that old cabin.
Including one about 2 hunters who vanished near a cabin associated with the witch, leaving behind a still-burning fire and a partially gutted deer.
They say the woods are cursed. Uh-oh, that's an omen. It's true, all of it.
Her baby grew agitated during the telling, prompting Heather to quip, "Uh-oh, that's an omen." The woman whispered that the story was true. Another local, an old man on the street, dismissed belief in witchcraft outright, but affirmed his religious faith.
Witchcraft? Nah, I don't believe in none of that.
The crew also spoke with Mary Brown, an eccentric woman living in a trailer. Heather approached her unusual gate made of twigs and string, accidentally breaking it.
When I was a girl down by Taping Creek, I saw her. She had hair dark like a horse's mane all over her arms, her body.
Mary, holding a Bible, recounted a terrifying childhood encounter by Taping Creek. She described seeing a woman with dark, horse-like hair covering her arms and body, who opened her shawl to reveal more fur. The figure had a strange face and left Mary deeply unsettled. Back in the car, the filmmakers laughed about Mary's colorful claims. She also professed to be a ballerina, historian, and scientist.
Wait, so she's a ballerina, historian, and scientist? That's one impressive resume.
I honestly don't know what to believe anymore, but she definitely believes every word.
As evening approached, the crew checked into a motel. Heather asked how they felt about the day. Josh admitted he had learned a lot about shooting, while they all reflected on the interviews.
I can't believe we got that in one take.
Look, I synced the audio here. We just need to color correct.
Nice. That saves us a lot of time
On the
tomorrow.
interviews. Later, they drank and toasted their success. "We kicked some ass today," Mike declared. Heather planned an equipment check and a call to her mother. Josh tested the 16mm camera, while Heather filmed him filming her. The mood remained upbeat, but carried an undercurrent of anticipation for the challenges ahead. Heather warned, Today was
cake compared to tomorrow. We're gonna do a lot of hiking. We're gonna have a lot of weight with us.
The next morning, they packed the car and drove toward the trailhead. Heather navigated confidently. The trail should be somewhere along here. It should be pretty obvious. They encountered fishermen along a creek. One dismissed the Blair Witch as mere myth, while the other passionately insisted on its reality. He recounted the story of Robin Weaver, a girl who disappeared in the late 1800s, only to reappear days later babbling about an old woman whose feet never touched the ground.
The Blair Witch? That's just old stories people keep alive. No, people say that because they never saw anything. Back in the late 1800s?
With supplies and interviews complete, the filmmakers parked and shouldered their heavy packs.
Packs are on, we're ready to go.
As they hiked away from the car, she looked back and whispered,
Oh my God, scary.
They began the trek toward Coffin Rock, singing and joking to keep spirits high. Mike sang We Are Down by the River, and the group crossed streams and ditches with playful difficulty.
You're getting pretty covered in dirt back there. This trail is no joke.
At Coffin Rock, Heather climbed atop the formation and read dramatically from the Blair Witch Cult.
5 men bound together, their bodies torn apart, their intestines were removed, symbols carved into their faces, and yet when the search party returned, the bodies were gone.
The weight of the legend settled over the crew as daylight began to fade. Heather glanced at her watch, concerned about losing light, but determined to push forward. This marked the true beginning of their immersion into the woods. What started as a structured documentary shoot, careful planning, equipment checks, local interviews, and enthusiastic camaraderie laid the foundation for the terror that would follow. The filmmakers had embarked with cameras rolling, unaware that the footage they captured would become one of the most chilling records of human vulnerability in the face of the unknown. 3 student filmmakers, Heather, Josh, and Mike, set out from home with cameras and supplies, full of excitement and playful banter as they shop, interview locals in Burkittsville, and film the cemetery. They gather equipment, stock up on groceries, and complete their ceremonial first shots while maintaining a tight schedule. The day ends on a high note at the motel with drinks and toasts, unaware that their real journey into the haunted woods is about to begin.